Hi boys and girls. Hi, so we're ready for another grammar lesson. We're going to open up our grammar books to day 13. You'll need your red pencil and your regular pencil. So remember, the days go in order, starting with 1, 2, 3. So if you get past 13, you're too far. I'm going to flip you around, upside down. Yesterday we did 12. Today we're doing 13. Write the date at the top, 12/3/20. Great, and then you can switch back to your red pencil, and we're ready to get started. Capitalization. Capitalize titles such as Miss, Mrs., and Ms. So these all are titles referring to a woman. Mrs. is for a woman who's married. Miss and Ms. are for a woman who's not married, or a girl who's not married. Capitalize someone's name. Here's the example. Miss Emma Lou. So Miss means that she's a girl who's not married. Emma is her first name, uppercase E. L for Lou, that must be her last name. Miss Emma Lou. Great. What are some other times we use uppercase? We use uppercase at the beginning of a sentence. Street names. What else have we learned? So far in this book, we're adding more and more things that we use uppercase letters for. Days of the week, months of the year. Okay, so let's read the sentence that they gave us. Number 1. We want to see Mrs. Pitt now. We want to see Mrs. Pitt now. Where do we need uppercase here? I want you to take a second to find the markings on your own before I go over them with you. Good. What about the lesson part that we talked about today? Titles. Do you see any titles? Miss, Mrs., or Ms.? Yeah, the M in Mrs. Triple underline the M in Mrs., because that should be uppercase. And then capitalize someone's name. After Mrs. is a name, Pitt. This must be her last name. So Mrs. Pitt, a woman who is married. Does anything else need uppercase in this sentence? Good. The W and we in the beginning of the sentence. We want to see Mrs. Pitt now. Very good. Keep your red pencil in your hand as we move on down to the square for punctuation. Place an exclamation point, which is a line and a dot, after a word that shows feelings. Here's our example. Wow! So if you see the exclamation point, you know you have to read it with feeling. Wow! Like that. Wow! Practice that at home. Reading things with exclamation point with feeling. So, let's read number 2. It says, yippee. There's no marking, so I read it like yippee. What would happen if we put an exclamation point at the end of yippee? What would it sound like? Yippee! Yeah, yippee! We're so excited. Say it with feeling at home. Yippee! Great. So if you see the word yippee, you're probably going to have an exclamation point at the end because it's an exclamation. It's a feeling. Very good. Moving on down to the lesson, you can switch back to your regular pencil. And we have our lesson. A word may have 4 letters. Trace the word eats. Trace the capital E and the lowercase letter. So here, eats. And then trace the lowercase word, eats. So when would you use uppercase E in eats? Well, if you have a name of a street called Eats Street or Eats Road, you would use it. But other than that, probably at the beginning of a sentence. Like, I can't even think of when you would use the word eats at the beginning of a sentence. Can you? Probably not. I can think of it in the middle of a sentence, like she eats lots of broccoli, or he eats all of his vegetables. But it's hard to think of a sentence with the eats at the beginning. Very good. Just like yesterday we did eat, today we're just adding an S on the end, eats. Okay, and finally, number 4, let's read the sentence. Pronoun he is a friend. He is a friend. What kind of sentence is this since it ends in a period? It's a telling sentence. Very good. So he, trace over these words, he is a friend. Make sure you have a space between your words, but your letters should be close together when they're in the word. And remember to trace over that period at the end when you get to it so that you remember to put it in your final sentence when you write it on your own. So go ahead and finish writing that sentence on your own. I can't wait to see it when you bring it to school once we're all back together. So have fun in your next lesson.